What's up, everybody? This is Fresk, and this is
EJ, and this is the spectrum of thought. Talks to you in Chicago. If you're in Chicago and a guy from across the street says, "Hey, is that nature guy?" What did he exactly say? Is that the guy from the? Are
no,
you
he just tapped
the?
me on the shoulder and he said, "Are you from Santa Fe?" And I said,
Yeah,
"Yeah." And he said, "Are you the appraiser hunter?"
there you
And I
go.
was like,
And that's
"What the heck? Are you freaking kidding me?" In
and that.
Chicago, this guy saw my video. To let everybody that's listening or watching know what I'm talking about is a few years ago, I worked for the Santa Fe County Assessor's Office, and I had an idea to try to promote protest season, which is happening right now, coincidentally, but I wanted to be this appraiser hunter that explained the protest process, but I would be like Steve Irwin, but I would hunt down assessors, staff, appraisers, and explain that protest process with the best Australian accent, hands down, that I've ever heard.
What Australian accent? I haven't heard this accent. Can you give me
Uh,
like a taste of it, or can you
I don't know
like
if I can right now, man.
explain anything? Oh, you got to give me something, buddy. This just sounds so interesting. I don't know if people believe that you can do the accent now.
It's gonna be like Irish right now. I'm not gonna. I can't attempt that right now.
As long as we think it's Australian, I hope that's okay.
What's what are we talking about right now? Yeah, that was like the best. It was Irish and Australian there.
That's cool, man. Hey, you do a better one than me, man. I can't do any accents, so that's good. So what else? What else do you remember about any of our short films or
There's just so many
anything?
things.
Anything?
I think one thing that I'm proud of is Justin and I made a short film about
Oh,
about
not me.
you weren't in it.
Oh, I
You're not.
wasn't in it.
Should I not
Wait,
say it?
what
I
film
don't
is
want to say
this?
it.
Oh! You made
It was
films without me. You
Hungry
actually
Please
made.
Wait.
I thought we just made films. You,
No,
I, we just made films. Okay.
you,
You know what? Actually, go ahead and tell the story. I'm just kidding, man. I remember this one. It's a good one.
yeah, we made a short film about this guy waiting in a waiting room and taking forever to be called. And there's a Snickers bar that's in a vending machine, three rings back, and it's the only candy in the vending machine. The guy gives up and finally pays like $5 for the candy. Doesn't get it because he doesn't have the money. And we submitted that into a short film festival in Virginia, and we got third place.
That's pretty cool, man.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
And Virginia's obviously a lot bigger than New Mexico, so that's like really neat, dude. And I remember you guys had to get permission for filming a Snickers bar or something.
We weren't sure if we needed to, but we did email them and ask them, is it okay? We're not degrading Snickers.
Yeah.
If anything, we're promoting you because we're hungry, and we got the okay.
You were hungry? Why wait? Did they say that afterwards? Did they say, why wait? Just fucking shoot.
Is that their slogan?
I thought it was
I think it
hungry,
is, but our title of our
hungry, why wait though? Like their thing?
It is, I think. And then our title was Hungry Please Wait. So
okay.
that makes sense.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's pretty cool.
It doesn't make sense. It makes third place. That's what it makes.
Ouch.
Which is good. Third place is good, man. That's fantastic.
That was like an unintentional put down.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. It gets third place.
Hey, it makes sense. It makes sense because it got third place. It should have got first, though.
Absolutely.
It makes me.
Damn it, I was trying not to say that.
That's like your word, right? I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Absolutely.
Every time you say it, it's gonna be like absolutely count for Daniel. It's gonna be a counter on the side down here.
That's the very first one I said this whole time, and I think we're going on like 50 minutes.
Yeah, but 50 minutes right now?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
This like is half an hour at least.
I don't know. This is pretty crazy. I guess we're really into stuff like this still. One of the things I wanted to touch on was like how easy editing and like video effects and sound effects are now. It's just, it makes, I feel like if we were doing that back in the day, we would have made some really cool, high quality little short films. Doesn't mean people would have liked them, but I think they would have came out pretty good because we had a lot of good ideas. We're just so limited with what we had. Resource-wise and money-wise, but we tried, and we actually had to learn Adobe Premiere Pro by ourselves. We were just self-taught. We learned how to do Photoshop and all these other things, and that I think I'm glad we were willing to like take a chance on something like that. It was really educational, man.
Yeah, it's funny because you think of like back in the day when we had that bazooka video camera. I used to have
You had the
two
bazooka camera. I
two
don't
or
know what
three
that is.
two or three like VCRs side by side recording. Like one is recording what the other two are playing, and that's how you had to edit. That's
Yeah,
how I used to have to edit with my brother Conce.
yeah,
And now it's I can just have an unlimited amount of videos on my cell phone, layer them on top of each other, cut them, add music, add sound effects. It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
I can add like, also like visual effects, not just sound effects.
It's really efficient
Yeah.
because I remember we would have, I don't know, like our longest film, we had like over an hour of footage. I remember. And uploading that onto the computer was not the fastest process. From what I remember, it would take a few hours. I don't know what you remember, but and that's just getting it onto the computer. Then you got to go in and see what you want to cut, where you want to cut it, get rid of all that excess fat, add you some sound effects, add you some music if you wanted to, add some intro, credits. I don't know what else, but it was a long process from what I remember.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. It was always worth it. I liked every aspect of it. And then I remember we even got really more like serious about it. And we had the wireless mics. I don't know if you remember.
Yep.
And we had also the jib. I don't know not the jib.
Yeah.
Was it a
It's
jib?
called a jib.
It
Yep.
was like basically like a little crane that we had in the air, probably like 20 some feet, I would say. And it was so smooth. And I just remember it was getting like super serious. I was like, wow, this is like pretty cool, man. And I think that's when our
Yeah.
little short films got a little better too, because
Yeah. The
what we had.
quality for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And the acting was, I mean, if they ever had
Top
like
notch.
awards and shit for stuff like that, I mean, doesn't mean we'd be there, but we would probably see him. I don't know if we'd get any awards, but they're pretty cool.
You know, it was interesting after like all this whole lives, the lives we had doing this. And then I think like in 2000, I think it must have been 2003, 2000, no, 2006 maybe. We
Yeah.
went to the Los Angeles Film School
Yeah.
and
Los
just to see
Angeles.
Los Angeles Film School. And dude, it was crazy. It's like seeing the tuition and the cameras they used they were like
The
huge,
actual
like
film cameras. Yeah.
film cameras. And then learning that it was like $180,000 camera and you had to buy your own film, even though you're paying like $30,000 a semester to enter the film school. You have to
Yes.
pay for your own film. The actual roll of film that the camera records on, you're like, oh my gosh, there's no way I can afford this. But seeing all that technology was just like, I would love to do this if I can afford it, but there's no way I can afford this.
Yeah, they had their own editing studio. They had their own like soundstage, I think. They had their own movie theaters, so they can actually show like an actual legit
Yeah.
stadium seating movie theater. Like this was so serious, and I think you and I were like blown away. But it was a lot for each of us, and I mean, imagine how different things would have been if we went.
We'd be broke. We'd be broke in Los Angeles.
I think we'd be I think we'd be surfers or something. Just be surfing, man. Just be like, life is good, man. We just gotta go take the waves one wave at a time, man. Take each
Yeah.
wave. I mean, that's how I see me. I don't know what you'd be doing. Maybe you'd be
Who knows? Maybe we
doing
would have made
magic
it.
tricks. Maybe you've been doing magic tricks while I'm surfing,
Oh, you know what?
entertaining me.
I can solve a Rubik's Cube in a minute and a half.
Hey, you know what's funny?
What?
Before the first time we ever uploaded anything, because we are so old, we've been through everything before the internet. We uploaded our first video on ifilm.com. This was
Oh,
before YouTube. This is like the place where people, well, at least we knew about. I'm sure there was other platforms that we didn't know about before, but this is where we would get our little videos on. So I just remember
yeah.
that, and then YouTube popped out like who knows when, and I was like, what? Damn, we would have just been kept putting stuff on, but
Yeah.
we got busy and life happened. I think
Yep.
we got busy.
We got busy.
I don't know what that means exactly, but it's busy. It's up to interpretation.
Yeah.
Were you
Well,
actually going to pull out your Rubik's Cube right now?
yeah.
Pull it out if you want to pull it out.
What?
So
What'd you say?
no, I said pull it out if you want to pull it out again.
I can solve it while we talk.
Is there anything else? Solve it. Solve that shit. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
That shit. You know what? I'm gonna go get it real quick.
Okay. So I don't think I've ever been on a podcast by myself. So what I am going to talk about is how long he's taking to get his Rubik's Cube. I don't know if it's at the neighbor's house. And
Got it.
oh, he got it. Okay. So is there anything else you want to talk about as far as you and
What kind of films are you watching now? Like, are there any new films that you like?
The last film that I watched was Alita Battle Angel. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah, I have.
I was actually from the previews, I was like, this looks a little like the CGI or whatever, like didn't look like great to me. It didn't look like enticing.
Yeah.
But when I actually saw the movie, it looked fantastic, dude. Like the way they made her skin look, they actually put pores on her skin and all the lighting and the shadowing. She just had really big eyes, but she was still like gorgeous. But like she had big eyes, like that big. And it was like pretty fascinating and cool. And like the special effects were awesome. She was a total badass. I love that. She was so cool. And that's the last movie I saw, I think. Recently, yeah. What did you seen last?
I
Did
did
I?
that one today.
What's up?
I just rented the Alita Battle Angel the other day.
Did you like it?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. It was
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. I thought it was.
I forgot the actor's name. The guy.
Uh-huh.
Do you know his name?
The doctor.
Yeah. Like his real name.
His real name? No, I don't know his real name.
Okay, well, he's one of my favorite actors.
But he does have a name, people. We just don't know. He has a legit name. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And I don't know what else you want to talk about, but we could talk about like some of the crazy pandemic movies.
Oh, there's something we can talk about. What crazy pandemic movies do you know of?
One that I just saw recently, I've seen before. It's an older movie with Dustin Hoffman, and it is Outbreak, which it's a virus that spreads from a monkey, I guess, and it ends up coming via ship with his douchebag that sells monkeys like a punk ass, and it ends up spreading everywhere. Everybody that basically comes in contact with this person or who's around it just explodes. And it just reminds me of like all this stuff that's going on, but like 100, like times 100. It's like super freaky, but it's hard not to be like scared, I guess. Like when you see that movie, you're just like, oh my gosh. The military comes in and they shut the thing down. They're like, just bomb him. It's cool, man. We'll just level it all out. No one will ever know. It's like, but what do you mean no one will ever know? Like, you know who's gonna know? The people like who see the bomb right before it lands. But honestly,
I watched that one too recently, and I thought that was funny how quickly the military was like, you know what, kill that whole town, just shut it down.
it
No
was
chance yet. Like,
it was sad, right? You're just like, well, like, what are you supposed to do at that point? You either get shot and killed by the army or blown up by their bomb. So there's not really any good options, you know.
what about what's that movie?
Contagion
Contagion, yeah.
or I
That's
Am
insane.
Legend.
That one reminds me more of what's going on now.
The Contagion one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fits it a little better. But like I said, that Outbreak one was like to the extreme, you know.
Yeah.
But the other one, yeah, it definitely fits our current situation also. But that one isn't that one like, don't they experience extreme symptoms on that one? Like,
Um,
or maybe I'm mixing
check
up
it
my
out.
move. Oh, that's pretty damn good, man. I can't even tell where you were taking off the stickers and put them on.
Or just switch. Yeah, no,
just,
Contagion. I think
just to let you know, he has like a table full of Rubik's cubes. He does this trick every time, and I fall for it every time. Not again, buddy. Go ahead.
I think Contagion is like it relates to it more because I use terms like social distancing and uh, terms that we're using today, like quarantine. Yeah, social distancing.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is crazy to just listen to this. It gives you anxiety, or it gives me anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what other one? Oh, I Am Legend.
That's a pretty good one. That's a really dark one.
That
That's like
whole.
the extreme times 1,000.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying like it's a comparison, but like that one's crazy because it starts off with this doctor that has this
Wait.
cure.
So are you saying you're Will Smith in this one? Because I kind of want to be the Will Smith again,
Sorry, I
man.
wasn't there yet, but it's this one's awesome because it starts with Will Smith with his shirt open, the camera's panning around him, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
There you go. Continue. Boom.
But it starts off with this doctor that's like curing cancer, but that cure ends up being the disease that everybody has, and wipes out a lot of the population. And it's just crazy.
And it turns him into crazy, super fast zombies,
Zombie-like
right?
creatures.
Yeah, like super creepy. Like they're
Or
ridiculously fast.
vampires, actually, because
Is it vampire? Maybe it is vampires. Yeah, you're right. Because of the sunlight.
or like that because they can't be in the sun. But
I don't know. I mean, you look at Twilight and they sparkled. So were they embarrassed of sparkling in the sunlight? Is that what it was? I mean, why are all vampires different? Are they from different regions?
I've never seen Twilight, but that's hilarious.
I don't know either. I'm just throwing it out there.
Sparkle.
This is my guess. This is my guess. I've never seen that movie ever. So just,
Oh my god.
I mean, this might be a good time to end it.
All right. Cool. That works for me, man.
Um,
Well, if you made it this far in the podcast, sorry to interrupt, but if you made it this far, thank you so much. We had a good time talking about our lives, and thank you for listening to that.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed talking about it. We're still pretty passionate about it. That's why we're doing something like this now, because we feed off of each other's energy, and I'm always hungry. So I just end it there. Thank you again. Let me know if you made it to the end this time. Let me know, EJ, not Fresk. Let me know.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Follow us also on Spotify. I don't know if we have any other platforms, but check it out.
I think there's a few, but I'm not sure. But yeah, let us be interactive with us, I guess, and
or give us a topic.
Any guest doesn't matter. Any guest.
Will Smith, Jessica
Alba. If you want to get on here, we will make some time. Okay.
No.
And Will Smith, dude, we don't even need to talk to you. Just like do that scene for us in your living room.
Oh, badass. For EJ, I guess.
Well, it's just cool, man. Doesn't mean Daniel won't watch it, but it's cool. Fresk won't watch it, but yeah. Thank you.
All right. We're out of here.
Peace.